yes, A Hat in Time. The game about collecting hourglasses and killing birds and giant purple pool noodles. Well, that's not exactly how the game goes, but it's a pretty decent summary. But within this weird game, there is one mechanic that always stood out to me. The hats. In A Hat in Time, you can find yarn scattered throughout the levels. By collecting enough yarn, you can unlock different hats, which can range from a speed boost to literally stopping the flow of time. So these hats are pretty useful. But what if you didn't use the hats at all? Well, that's what we're figuring out today. So, can you beat A Hat in Time without hats? Before hopping into Mafia Town, let's discuss our goal. All we want to do is beat the game, aka collect 25 timepieces and beat Mustache Girl. To do this, we'll need to at least beat the first 4 missions in Mafia Town, and from there, our options will be much more open. Just in case, we'll be unlocking all of the hats, which include the Sprint Hat, Brewing Hat, Ice Hat, and Dweller's Mask. We will not be unlocking the Time Stop Hat due to the fact that A, I didn't find enough yarn, and B, I can't think of a single place where Time Stop is needed. So, without further ado, let's begin. Now then, in Mafia Town, we have our eyes set on pretty much everything, aka, welcome to Mafia Town, Barrel Battle. She came from outer space, down with the Mafia, the Golden Vault, heating up in Mafia Town, and the 2 blue rifts available. Surprisingly, all 8 of these timepieces are collectible. We also collect both the Sprint Hat and Brewing Hat. We are not collecting the Purple Rift or cheating the race, the Purple Rift because we can't access it yet, and cheating the race because it requires the Time Stop Hat to beat, which, as you can clearly see, we cannot do. I would also like to say that playing the game without the Sprint Hat is extremely weird. Now then, with 8 timepieces in hand, let's go to Battle of the Birds. In this stage, again, we have our eyes set on all the timepieces, aka Deadbird Studios, Murder on Owl Express, Picture Perfect, Train Rush, The Big Picture, both award ceremony timepieces, and both blue rifts available. We also collect the Ice Hat. We finally have a challenging section in Murder on Owl Express. After we collect this key, we cannot use the Ice Hat to get back to the door. Luckily, we can just backtrack to the door. Unfortunately, anything beyond Train Rush is impossible, because we need the Hookshot badge to beat it, which requires us to beat a level in Subcon Forest. So we'll come back later. That's the area we're at now. The timepieces we're aiming for here is Contractual Obligations, the Subcon Well, Toilet of Doom, Queen Vanessa's Manor, Delivery Service, her contract has expired, and both blue rifts available. The Dweller's Mask is also collected here. Despite the strong showing in Contractual Obligations, Subcon Well, and Toilet of Doom, our first roadblock finally shows itself. Delivery Service. Now, the mission itself is incredibly easy, but we can't even access the mission due to the fact that we have to use the Sprint Hat to activate the mail scooter. Since I didn't choose Vanessa's Manor, we can't beat that mission, nor can we beat Your Contract Has Expired, since we have to complete all prior missions. Now that we have the Hookshot badge, let's go complete Battle of the Birds. And to be honest, nothing in Battle of the Birds even comes close to stopping us. However, I would like to point out that Train Rush without the sprint hat is incredibly annoying. Anyways, let's go to the art museum and get the... Okay, let's go to Nyakuza. Well, this isn't good. Since we can't access Art Museum or Nyakuza Metro, that leaves us with only one more option. Alpine Skyline. I don't have high hopes for this one. At this point, we have 22 timepieces, and since we 100% cannot do the Twilight Bell due to the fact that it requires the Dweller's Mask to access, this means we have to get all 3 available timepieces in Alpine, including the Birdhouse, Lava Cake, and the Windmill. I chose Lava Cake first, which went by pretty smoothly, but this smoothness did not last forever. Let's talk about Birdhouse. Now, the first 2 islands on Birdhouse are fine, but this 3rd island, oh boy! To start, we have this slightly tricky double jump. Then we have to make it up to this platform. Next, we have to bounce onto this platform, and finally we have this very close jump up to the top. Whew. And after all that, we can finally beat the Birdhouse. Windmill is a breeze compared to what we just faced, and with that, we have 25 timepieces. It's time for the part that I've been dreading since I started the run. Time for the hat check. Now, like I expected, I could not get over the wall, even though I tried my hardest. But this is where things get interesting. Without me knowing, someone has already attempted this challenge. Their name? That guy Trav. That guy Trav was easily able to get over the wall using this clock right here. While I'm not 100% sure, I think I cannot do this due to the fact that I'm on the latest version while he is not. With that little bump over, it's time to go to Mustache Girl. Well, here we are. We only have one timepiece left to get. The finale. Our first problem is this ice panel. However, for some reason, hitting the lava doesn't send us back to the previous platform. So this is a fairly simple challenge. The Brewing Hat section is a joke, and then there's the Dweller's Mask section. After using a few lava jumps, we get to this giant wall. Now, this wall is literally unpassable without the Dweller's Mask, to my knowledge. But that guy Trav comes in once again. Using a clip that's the #1 speedrun for this game used, that guy Trav was able to completely fly over the entire map, beating the rest of the level with ease. And with that, it's pretty much over. Mustache Girl, while a tough boss, doesn't require any hats. And then, we collect the last timepiece and beat the game. So, is it possible to beat a hat in time without using any hats? Yes. Yes, you can. That is, as long as you have an earlier version of the game. I would like to quickly shout out that guy Trav for not only attempting this challenge before I did, but actually beating the game. I will leave a link to his channel in the description, so go subscribe to him. I'll also suggest that you watch me complete this challenge live. Remember, this challenge is not over. I'm still going for 110%, and I'll be streaming that live. So, go subscribe. And I suppose I'll see you guys next time. Bye!